The Germania sequence in Gladiator isn't just one of the greatest opening battles in cinema history, it's a masterclass in how image, sound, tactics and editing can work together so perfectly that you don't watch the scene, you simply survive it. So let's break down exactly how Ridley Scott pulled this off in Gladiator. Almost before Maximus says a single word in this film, we know who he is. He's a farmer playing God in a forest of iron. The warmth of Spain and the cold of Germania aren't just set dressing, they're his soul and his reality in direct conflict. And that's the first lesson Ridley Scott teaches us. Visual contrast can be emotional narrative. Let's just step away from movie making for a moment and talk tactics. Rome didn't win this battle and wars in general through luck, they won through engineering. In the scene, Maximus knows the German tribes rely on the forest for cover and psychological terror. So what's his response? Well, scorched earth. Watch the geometry of the Roman lines. While the infantry holds the centre as bait, Maximus takes his cavalry on a massive flanking manoeuvre through the dense tree line in what's known as a classic pincer movement. Notice the camera height in this scene to show the tactics. Scott keeps the lens low to the ground. The Roman war machine doesn't just feel powerful, its victory almost feels inevitable. When we think about sound in filmmaking, well, the sound design in this scene is almost like a character. The tribes are screaming, trying to break the Roman spirit, but the Romans, they're silent, and that silence is also a weapon. It signals discipline, composure, and absolute readiness. And then going even further with sound, there's Hans Zimmer's score kicking in. Not with a heroic brass section, but with a low, mechanical thrumming that feels like an industrial heartbeat. It's not a score telling you how to feel, it's a score making you feel dread and dread what's coming. It builds unbearable pressure until the order of attack is finally given.
At my signal, unleash hell.
Then of course within this scene we have the iconic line, "At my signal, unleash hell," when the artillery opens up and the forest becomes a literal furnace. Ridley Scott used a 45-degree shutter angle here, a technique that removes the cinematic motion blur we're used to and replaces it with a sharp staccato quality. It makes every explosion within the scene feel jagged and feel raw, like it's hitting you in the chest rather than washing over you. This is the turning point in the scene and in the narrative. As the infantry engages, Maximus and his cavalry burst through the tree line. And then look at the dog, the wolfhound. It isn't just a cool visual, he's the vanguard of the attack. And seeing that animal leap through the flames and tear into the enemy adds a layer of primal ferocity to the Roman assault that no individual soldier could. It's a brilliant directorial choice, with the wild nature of the forest itself turning against the Germanic tribe by Roman discipline and training. But once Maximus leads his charge and all the lines break, the machine of warfare disappears and we get what is known as an ugly fight. There's no stylized choreography here. Maximus is hacking through mud, smoke and chaos. And Scott uses rapid fire editing to simulate the tunnel vision of actual combat. You kind of as an audience member lose your sense of direction just like the soldiers do. You aren't watching a battle from a safe distance, you're suffocating in the smoke with them, and that's immersive directing at its absolute finest. When the battle ends, there's no real fanfare or victory march, just wind blowing through burnout trees and Maximus staring at blood in his hands, already thinking about that wheat field we know he'll never get back to. And that's the real genius of this sequence. It doesn't open a film about a gladiator, it opens a film about a man who is about to lose everything. He just doesn't know it yet. Every tactical choice in the scene, every sound cue, every frame is quietly telling you the same thing. This is the last heroic moment of his old life. So what do you think of the movie Gladiator? Is this the greatest opening battle in cinema, or does Saving Private Ryan still hold that crown? Tell me below, I'm Paul, and we'll see you in the next breakdown.